Hi and welcome to Books and Cocktails. My name is Niels and the idea is I make a cocktail, drink that cocktail and talk about a book I've just read or am currently reading or have read in the past at some time, and tell you what I liked about the book, what I didn't like about the book, and if I would recommend it to you. So I hope you have fun. I hope you will enjoy the cocktails as well. I'll do a short recipe beforehand. And let's see how it works out. If you like it, put some comments down there. If you don't like it, put some comments down there. And if you have some book recommendations or something else, put some comments down there. So have fun. So the cocktail I'm gonna drink today is called an Oldfashioned. It's based on bourbon. You take 1 teaspoon of sugar or a sugar cube. Sugar cube, I think, is the stuff you normally use. Put a dash or big dash of Angostura bitter on it, and let it soak. In the meantime, you cut a small slice of lemon and a slice of an orange. Also not very thick, you just want to have a little of the juice in your cocktail. What I usually do is then pinch that a bit with a spoon so that the juice gets out of the fruits. Then you add some ice cubes, some bourbon, depending on how strong you want it, and you give a dash of soda in it. So I just refilled that soda bottle, so it's kind of splashy now. So that's the Old-Fashioned. So the book I'm going to talk about is The Rational Optimist by Ridley. I got it as an ebook, so I don't have any fancy cover to show. I'll put the cover up there if I manage to do that in my video program. I'm not really sure if I like the book or not, but it for sure made me think, so that's usually a good point. So Ridley, I have to look that up here. He's a British peer, politician for the Conservative Party. He's also a zoologist and an author of, I think, about 6 or 7 books now. He was chairman of a bank in 2004 and till 2007, which went bankrupt. And he's a climate skepticist, so he doesn't believe in global warming. Which he makes pretty clear in his book as well. So basically the book has 3 messages for me. So one is history of mankind, more or less an economical history of mankind, where he just goes on from Stone Age to today and shows how economy evolved and how commerce evolved and how nations and commerce were interconnected. That is the very interesting part of the book. The second part is where he takes conclusions from that history, and he basically shows the theories of Adam Smith. Adam Smith is a Scottish moral philosopher lived from 1723 to 1790. And he's basically the founder of political economy. So his most famous work, it's called An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, or just short, The Wealth of Nations, where he basically develops the theory of the free market, and he terms the coin of the invisible hand, which leads free markets to evolve and to become to a perfect market. So Matt Ridley in his book goes on and on about free markets and free markets and free markets, and all of civilization is based on free markets. And his subtitle of the book is When Ideas Have Sex. So he basically goes on that ideas are a nice thing if they're on their own, but they get really interesting when they can touch other ideas and merge with them and form new ideas from that. Which he says happens only when there's trade and when there's barter and when there's commerce, and this is why we need free markets. So this is the history and the economy part. The main message and why the book is called The Rational Optimist is that so far it has only been getting better. So if you compare ourselves to the Stone Age, we wouldn't be drinking Oldfashions in the Stone Age. So he compares basically the standard of living through the millennia and shows that on average it went better and better and better. And we reached a standard of living which was unthinkable even 40 years ago. Nonetheless, there are always pessimists which go on that everything will go downhill from there. And there have been pessimists in all times. So probably even in the Stone Age, there was somebody sitting in a cave saying that now with this fire, everything is going downhill, and the youth of today and so on. So his point is we should be optimistic because experience show usually it gets better. There might be short interruptions. There might be the fall of Rome where stuff went worse, but on the long run, everything gets better. He explains that with the free market. He explains the downfalls with corrupt governments and all in all restrictive governments. So when he talks about the reasons why we should be optimistic and why we should be positive, he's a bit annoying with his free markets and bad government things. But well, it's his theory, and you can think of it or not. The funny thing is when he talks about renewable energies, which is something new, a new technology, where basically he's all pro new technology and says new technology helps us getting better. And all those pessimists with their negativity only hinder progress. So when he talks about renewable energies, he goes also a little bit in the pessimist direction and says all those hippies and they will hinder progress, and progress is only to be made with fossil fuels, and all this climate garbage should be ignored. So he's not very consistent in his optimism there. The book is about 300 pages on my ebook reader, so in a paperback it's probably something like that. It reads very well. He can write very well. There are some parts where it gets a bit annoying and repetitive, but the history part is definitely worth reading. His political conclusions and his views on the mechanisms behind society. I don't know. I don't share these views, so maybe if you share the views, you will have more fun reading in it. I sometimes got a bit angry at the book or angry at the writer. The book can't do anything. So would I recommend it to read? Maybe. It's definitely not a must read, but it's something you can read. It has a lot of interesting history in it. It's well written, but it's also something, if you don't read it, you won't really miss a lot. I got that book title from a blog post or from an interview I saw some time ago, and where it was announced like something the best thing since sliced bread. And this is something I don't really agree. But it's a nice book and you might like it. So have fun reading it. If you have any comments, as mentioned, please post them. If you have any suggestions, what to do better, what to do different next time, also feel free to comment. And I'm still thinking about what to read next. So if you have any cool books, just mention them in the comments. Thanks for watching.